grease. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
I just recently got some wood chips, and we had a few setbacks. Mistakes were made. Not my mistakes, fortunately, but unfortunately, I'm gonna have to deal with some of the problems that came about from it. But there is some good news and there is some bad news. The good news is simply this: I got wood chips. I can't complain too much because I got exactly what I wanted. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm gonna show it to you. I feel like what was that movie? The Revenant, where he's just like standing in front of a giant pile of like skulls, like that. That's what it feels like. Just big pile of big, luscious, beautiful wood chips. So I did get that. What I also got was nearly a heart attack from watching something I never thought I'd experience in person. It was pretty crazy. And we'll go into more details about that, but in the meantime, let's go check out what we have right now. Oh, listen, while I'm doing this, I just realized the whole point of me getting these wood chips was that I wanted to mulch not just some of the wooded area along the fence that you've already seen. And by the way, if you haven't seen the fence series, check it out. I had a lot of fun doing it. It's a sort of a mix of just a bunch of time-lapse stuff, some of it with me explaining it, some of it with me talking about why I built the fence, but definitely check that out. It'll give you a little bit of context into where some of these wood chips are going to go. But also, let me see if I can get it in the picture. There it is. You see it? It's right there. Right there. You know what that guy is? That is a fruit tree. That's a peach tree. I got, it is bright. Sorry for the brightness, guys, but I did get a lot of trees. Let's see, I've got like 4 peach trees, like 4 apple trees, a couple of pears, I got a plum tree, like I got all kinds of stuff. I don't know. I bought 1 or 2 trees and there were more there, and I thought, hey, let's take those too. So that was one of the big reasons I wanted to get some mulch around those trees. But let's go check out this pile. Truthfully, this is not all of it. You can tell here, you might be able to tell. I've already started. There's a lot of wood chips just sort of spread out over the grass here. I've already worked a lot of this back. There were basically wood chips from like here all the way across to there, and I've sort of been scooping it up and using it in a lot of those fruit trees that I was showing you earlier. And so I have been using it. I've also been putting some of this mulch back over next to the tree line, under some of the trees that are up next to the fence over there. I'm just trying to mulch that whole area. I'm trying to put back a lot of that topsoil that was lost during the build process, and I'm hoping that this is going to help me do that, to put some of that biomass back, to help some of this stuff break down. It was kind of smoking yesterday, which was really cool. Let me go see if it's still smoking. There's really no moisture in this today, so I don't expect this stuff to... It's pretty dry, pretty crumbly, which is good. I'm not looking for it to start composting here just yet. But you know what? It's just very cold. Very, very cold. And so it's actually pretty low humidity level for being fresh wood chips, but I love this. This is perfect. Love it. Look, there's actually still some ice. It's hard to tell. You can see little bits of icicles on there. But this is great. This is great. I'm gonna see what I can do to use all of this. So I guess it's story time, isn't it? Well, how did this all begin? Probably about 3 weeks ago, I set up a Chipdrop account and I put in my first request. Might be my last request, I don't know. Everything seemed okay up until that point. You know, I was getting a little bit worried because I hadn't gotten any callbacks. I wasn't getting any responses that I was getting any wood chips anytime soon, and so I was getting a little bit worried. Well, whew, let me catch my breath. If you haven't noticed, I live on a pretty sloped hill. It's a little cold outside. Okay. So, I wasn't going to get, I didn't think I was going to get any wood chips anytime soon, but all of a sudden I got a notification that said, hey, wood chips are coming your way pretty soon. And I thought, okay, great. And I think within 24 hours, I was getting a phone call, which was a little weird because I thought they weren't going to call, but I got a phone call. It was about 7:30 in the morning. I answered it and kind of walked out there to talk to him for a little bit. So anyways, I gave him a couple of options. You know, I told the guy, listen, you know, you can drop it. My driveway's a little funny. It's weird. It's off a main road, very busy road, as you know. I said, you know what, never mind. Just put it right in the driveway. Just pick left or right. It's fine, right? No problem. For whatever reason, he asked if he could put it just off the side of the driveway. I mean, that worked out great for me because it's not going to block the driveway, but there's a reason why these trucks don't leave the driveway. They're heavy, they're carrying a big load, and once that dump starts lifting, bad things happen if you are not on very stable ground. He looked kind of young. Definitely the help, not the boss. And he says, yeah, no problem, I can do it there. And I'm like, okay, perfect, go for it. And so he starts tipping it up, and I noticed from the very beginning, as soon as he starts lifting it, it was kind of sort of hunched to the side a little as it was lifting. It was clearly looked uneven, but he kept going, and he was lifting and lifting and lifting, and it would not break. The mulch wouldn't slip, and so he just kept lifting. And eventually it did slip, and unfortunately the wrong side slipped. The right side of the truck, the part that was keeping the wheels on the ground, that's the part that all of a sudden got lighter. When the mulch slipped, the whole thing just started tipping over. The back wheel started lifting on the right hand side, and the left side was getting all of the weight of the truck, the weight of the load, the weight of the dump trailer, all of it. And so it just started sinking. And the one thing that I did not mention to you was that we just had a bunch of rain the day before. So the ground was soft. I don't know what he was thinking, but you know what? He was the driver, it was his truck. I was giving him an out and he didn't take it. So he, at this point, I think he realized what was about to happen, and so he immediately starts pulling the lever, bringing it back down again. But you know what? It's too late. The weight was too much, and by the time it got almost down to the bottom, you just heard it. I mean, I've seen videos like this on YouTube before. I've seen construction jobs where the supports start giving out. I've seen suspension bridges where you start hearing cables break and you know it's coming. I never in my life imagined that I would be living in one of those moments, and honestly, like briefly, I wasn't even thinking about the truck. I didn't even think to record this moment. I was just thinking about the driver. And so the second that thing starts tipping, I start sprinting out there. But I see him running out around from the front of the truck, and so I'm like, okay, Thank God, right? Like, the guy's okay. But I had no idea how they were going to get this thing off of my property. I mean, on top of it being a giant truck, it was loaded down and it was tipped almost upside down in a sort of relatively sloped part of my property. Honestly, it's actually the flattest part of my property. The rest of it is even more sloped, but I'm worried that I don't know if I'm going to ever get another chip drop after this experience. And even if they did allow it, I don't know if Mrs. Honeydew wants this again. I think she really got stressed out about this one, and I don't blame her. This is a 9.5 on the pucker scale, if you know what I mean. I will say that the video that I do have is all because of my beautiful, intelligent, and very talented wife, who had the forethought to record it, even if she couldn't be out there with me. It was cold and she was still inside the house, but she recorded this moment in a time that I could not, and that I did not. I think I was just too busy. Honestly, it was just kind of a stressful, this was my first chip drop ever, and like, oh, this was not the experience I was hoping for. But she did record it, and I have at least that I can show you guys. And thanks to her, that's the only video evidence that I have of this whole ordeal going down. And again, it was crazy. It was pretty crazy. So thanks to her, a big thanks to her for at least recording that little bit of video that she had, because it would be nothing but me here talking to you guys without it. So if you can, leave some hearts down in the comments below, because I'm sure she would appreciate it. And with that, be safe out there, guys. This is crazy. Be safe. All right. Till the next one.
Like, what? What are we supposed to do with this? Raise your
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.